At just 53 overall, India's Hyderabad FC are the worst team in FC 24 career mode. I mean, in real life, they only have 8 points in the Indian League and sit dead last. But we're about to begin a journey to make them the world's best. I have moved Hyderabad from India's Super League to England's League 2, and we begin the impossible task of making them climb the English footballing pyramid all the way to making them champions of Europe. I'm kind of scared for this one. This team, it's genuinely arse. It is so bad. Besides this one Brazilian midfielder, João Victor, their highest rated player is what, 55? 58 rated goalkeeper? So many 40 rated players. Oh my God. Hyderabad's story is actually kind of interesting. What if I told you this team won the Indian Super League 2 years ago and they were only founded in 2019, but currently they're going through some really tough financial hardships, meaning they've had to let go of a lot of their foreign players and just give the young players on low wages a chance. So if there's any Hyderabad fans watching, I hope this one does you justice. Just about any player we sign is going to be an upgrade on what we currently have, but we are bringing in a goalkeeper to start things off here. It is the young Irishman, 56 rated Andrew Wogan, joining us from Drogheda United. And fellas, the owner of Hyderabad actually came to me, gave me a call and said, Jared, there's one player you need to keep for the entire rebuild, and that is the 16-year-old striker prospect, Chris Sherpa. They want me to develop him into a superstar. He's 47 rated, has no potential, but we're going to give it a go anyways because I don't want to get sacked. So first things first with him, he has 46 shooting stats. Oh my God. All right, let's get those up. First man out of the club though. It is going to be Abdul Rabe off to Sutton United for £210,000, which is going to allow us to bring in Macaulay Tate here, the Scottish centre midfielder from Hearts, 300k spent on him. I'm just trying to get money in wherever I can. Our former starting goalkeeper, or like his third string, Kitamani, off for 85k. That's how desperate things are. 85k might make a difference. And Aaron De Silva is heading to the Chinese Super League. I don't know how we've managed to pull this off. We've managed to loan out one of our players. 50 rated Vijay Marandi is off to the Saudi League on loan. Fair enough. It wouldn't be a monster rebuild without me signing an Aussie. I'm telling you lads, the A-League is the gift that keeps on giving for these types of saves. And this name, it's going to be hard to forget. Zach De Jesus is joining us from Sydney FC for £220,000. And to accommodate Zach De Jesus playing as starting right back, I'm going to convert Alex Sargi here to a centre back, which gets him up to a 55. I can't believe I'm at the point now where I'm celebrating a player becoming 55 rated. We've struck a deal with DC United to bring in our fourth signing at Hyderabad. It is the American left midfielder Christian Fletcher, £275,000. That's a rare sighting. Lucho is trying to grab the picture of Lucho. Oh my God. Now you guys know why that setup gets destroyed sometimes. Another loan move here, though, for the young midfielder, Rashid. I can't see his full name, but Rashid is off to Annecy for the next 2 years. And Joseph Sunny is heading back to India on a 2-year loan. I genuinely would not be surprised if we didn't win a game the entire season. Let's go see how we're sitting in January. Things are looking tough, though. We got 4 wins, lads, in the first half of the season, but we're still last. We are dead last here in League 2 with Hyderabad. 5 points off the bottom. I mean, it wasn't even in the picture to begin with, but getting promoted is so far out of reach, it isn't even funny. I want to try getting at least one player in this window, which is why we're selling Muhammad here to Sirius, £140,000. And we've done just that. It's not going to be worldwide news, but it's a good signing for us. It's an improvement. His value goes up by £50,000, which I'm happy about. But we pay 170k to bring Charlie Finney across from Crew Alexandra. We brought it back a little bit. We got, 8 wins in the second half of the season. But in our first year as Hyderabad manager, we still finish bottom of League 2. That just shows how much work we have to do. We signed 5 or 6 players, and we still came last. We're on 43 points. The benchmark to get promoted it's over double that. 88 points with Stockport going up. Liverpool won the FA Cup this year. I would be surprised if we made it. We made it to a replay, okay. Oh my God, we actually made it past the first round of the FA Cup, but we went out to Cambridge in a round 2 replay. West Ham win the David Moyes Derby. Yeah, first round exit there as well. Portsmouth win the BSM Trophy, and it is going to be Mansfield taking down MK Dons and getting promoted to League 1. The thing I'm most interested in though is the development and the stats of of our players. Chris Sherpa. That's a good first year for you, fella. +7 growth, 12 goals. This guy, Aman Lepcha, the right winger, 12 goals. Our American Fletcher up to a 58. Quite concerning though to see João Victor going down to a 62. He's still pretty good, like good enough for our starting 11. But man, we're gonna have to think about that soon. Tate up to a 60. Wogan up to a 61. I just want to get our squad, as many of our starting players, into the 60s as early as possible. Our journey continues with the goal of getting off the bottom of League 2's table in season number 2. The first signing here in season 2 on our hopeful climb out of the League 2 cauldrons is for the Scotsman. Dylan Smith is making the move here from Ross County. £800,000. I'm hoping he can be a stalwart, a rock at the back for us. But again, we've got to sell players if we want to be able to finance new signings. Mohamed Rafi off to the Chinese Super League, £200,000. Sajjad Paray, he's heading back to India. Right back on the open market. I'm excited about this signing. It is the Mexican wonder kid. I don't know if it's right to call him a wonder kid, but he looks like an absolute prospect for the ages. Cruz Medina coming across here from the San Jose Earthquakes. The kid that had a pretty good season last year, Aman Lepcha. We're sending him off on loan to Walsall for the year. We're saying goodbye to some more players though. Really cleaning house here. Winkle Chothe off to Varnamo. Tavora, a massive, yes lads, £87,000 for him. And Vinesh Dashanamurthy off to Colchester. 260k for him, that's decent. And with João Victor retiring at the end of the season, I think it's time we go out there and try getting his successor in the centre midfield position. And it looks like we've got our man here, lads. The Englishman, Ryan Finnegan, is making the move from Blackpool. £650,000 for him. I do want to change the formation to a 4-3-3 this year, though. So Christian Fletcher goes to a left wing, and that jumps him from 59 overall to 61 overall. You love to see it. Anything but last. Anything but last is the goal this year. I would also love for Sherpa to have another solid year here and get himself up to the 60 marker. Is that realistic? I just don't want to get this squad growing brilliantly and then have like 80 rated goalkeepers, midfielders, and then have a 65 rated striker. Bottom of the table, I don't even know her. Barely even know her. 10th right now. 10th. But the exciting thing, we are 3 points off the playoffs. And we have a game in hand. All right. We might have turned the corner. Harrogate Town, they are well and truly down the bottom. I mean, we're only 8 points away from 23rd, so this season is so tight, man. Like, Morecambe and Barrow could genuinely make the playoffs. Anything could happen. Let's go give ourselves the best shot possible of at least getting into the playoffs. I want a new centre-back this window. We're going to get some money in. We're going to say goodbye to our 4th-string centre-back, Dorji Tamang, off to Colchester. And we're saying goodbye to Ram Lachanga for 2 reasons. Number 1, money. And he was also taking game time away from our Mexican attacking midfielder, Medina. That is massive. All right, we get ourselves a new centre-back. We're giving Smith a little bit of help here. We get the Canadian from Fulham, Luke De Fugeroles? I don't know. I'm sorry, Luke. I'm just going to call you Luke because I'm uncultured. But Luke is going to join us. £850,000. I want that partnership to climb up the divisions. We shut the bed. We actually shut the bed here. Oh my God. Here I was. Oh yeah. I don't even know the bottom of the table. You're an idiot, Jared. You're an idiot. We finished 8 points away. I mean, we got off the bottom of the table, which was the goal. We dropped down from potentially making the playoffs to 18. We were on 52 points. Going up was Walsall. So we were 14 points away. MK Dons, Lincoln City, and Carlisle United automatically go up. Aston Villa win the FA Cup. Once again, out in round 2. Chelsea beat Fulham in a West London derby to win the Carabao. We got thumped by Oxford. Plymouth Argyle win the BSM Trophy. We actually made it to the quarterfinals of that one. And it is going to be Notts County going up to League 1. Sherpa, I've given him the captain's armband. I said I wanted him to get up to the 60 overall mark. Dynamic player potential. Might be getting into this fella. 60 overall now, 13 goals again. And what a great first year for Ryan Finnegan. 12 goals, 4 assists, up to 65 overall. Just quietly as well, lads. I think we made the right call converting Christian Fletcher to a left winger. But we are going to be saying goodbye to João Victor, the former captain of the club, who is officially retiring. First player departure of the year. I want to get a new right winger in, so we're selling Mohamed Yassir, 27 years of age. And I also want to get an upgraded left back. I'm not going to sell Charlie Finney, though. We're going to send him out on loan to Andorra for 2 years. We're also saying goodbye to Stay Low here. I feel like we've sold so many players to the Chinese Super League. We bag ourselves a left back here. It is a Lucas Kelly-Hield trading the yellow and black of the Wellington Phoenix for the yellow and black of Hyderabad. The Kiwi left back joining us here, £1.25 million. I swear the Phoenix just have a knack of developing New Zealand's best talent, especially left backs. I want this guy to be Liberato Kakache 2.0. Finally, we're able to sign a right winger. I have been in so many contract negotiations with so many different players. I've had to overpay a little bit here, but we have signed the Iraqi right winger, Montader Majid, who is joining us from Hammarby, £2.4 million. This dude, I fully expect to tear up the league this season. We come off the high of signing Montager to the next day, sending out our 55 rated left back to Wrexham on a 2-year loan. The highs and lows of a monster rebuild. This team is good enough to get promoted. We've built the foundations. We ate shit for a while there. I mean, we're still technically eating shit given how bad we played last year in the second half. But this team's good enough to get up to the 3rd division, surely. 4th place here in the 3rd season. We are equal with Cheltenham, but they currently are in the playoff, the promotion spot rather, on goal differential. We are within a striking distance of winning the league here. The lads are firing, but we need to turn it up a notch in the second half. Yeah, we turned it on. Yeah. Come on, lads. Come on. We going to League One. Let's go. We finish 8 points clear at the top of the table. 84 points. Walsall Gillingham coming up with us. Mate, that is incredible. It's also cool to see Colchester in the playoffs, considering we were down the bottom of the table in season 1 with them. Who's down the bottom? Wrexham are dropped down mid-table again, but bottom of the league, Sutton United. Man City win the FA Cup. Liverpool win the Carabao. And Bolton win the BSM trophy. Colchester, they're going to be staying in League 2. Who got promoted? Cheltenham are coming up with us. What a first year, though, for Montader Majid. 13 goals, 3 assists, and then Sherpa, +3 growth. But he's really consistent, which I'm happy to see. Christian Fletcher has gone up almost 20 overall points in 3 years. That is ridiculous. And again, Amon Lepcha, maybe I need to start playing him a little more or loan him out because he's consistently getting goals off the bench. Charlie Finney getting no growth on his loan move though at Andorra. We might need to sell him when he comes back. For now though, we're saying adios to League 2. I hope to never see you again. Coming into life in the 3rd division, it was crystal clear we needed to spend the majority of our budget on signing a quality right back here. De Jesus, the Australian, hasn't progressed as much as I would have hoped, so we're going to sign Matija Ilanic, I believe his name is pronounced, plays for New York City FC in real life, but we are signing him from Portimonense. And I'm hoping the Slovenian defender can be a beast for us. And now that we've got a good chokehold on building out the formations and we've got a bit of momentum, I want to start working on getting the squad depth and kind of next generation of youngsters sorted out. So for the first time today, we are checking out free agency, getting some young players into this club here at Hyderabad. We're going to sign a backup goalkeeper, Ryan Wynn from Wales. And we also need some Indian talent to get into the squad. I don't want to abandon Indian football entirely. Naman Roy joining us on a free as well. We miss out on the signing of Reece Wright, who's going to move to Volendam, but we do get the English defender, Tommy Garrett, yeah? Tommy Garrett's joining us. And with the new generation of youngsters coming in, it also gives us an opportunity to clean out some of the not so exciting talent, which is why Rashid is heading to the Chinese Super League. And we cash in on Mark Zothampuia, who's off to Tranmere for £110,000. I'm not fully given up on Zach De Jesus though. He's going to spend the season at New York City FC. Not a bad place to spend a year trying to revive your career. Naman Roy's off to Al Fateh for 2 years. Tommy Garrett to Preston North End. And Ryan Wynn to the Polish League. A new challenge though, our first year in the 3rd division. The side is looking extremely balanced, but Sherpa, I wish we didn't have to make you a superstar. I mean, you're tracking all right. You're tracking better than I thought you would. You're still only 20 years of age. But man, we need the lads to carry ya. Sherpa, you've been consistent on the park. We need your overall to catch up though. The most important thing this year, as is any promotion season, is to not get relegated. So far, so good. We sit 10th in League 1, 7 points off the playoffs, where Cheltenham Town currently sit. And then we are, all right, we're not safe from relegation, 10 points ahead of that. So this second half could go anyway. We don't have squillions to spend on upgrading the starting 11 here in January, but we're going to make a really solid Indian player signing here. Apuia is joining us from Mumbai City FC as a backup center midfield option. Not the type of signing that I'm expecting to help us get promoted, but the type of signing that's definitely going to help us down the line. We made it to the playoffs. We are in the playoffs with a shot at back-to-back promotions. The last spot there, so that means we're going to be versing Wigan Athletic in the playoffs. Barnsley and Plymouth Argyle automatically going up. Relegation zone, it's Leyton Orient, Walsall, Exeter, and Bradford going down. Arsenal win the FA Cup. Brighton, Fulham are losing so many finals. Sheffield Wednesday win the BSM Trophy. We lose 3-2 to Wigan Athletic in the semi-finals. So it's going to be Wigan versus Rotherham, a spot in the championship which sees Wigan returning to the second division. Chris Sherpa, what a season. This dude continues to surprise me. I probably would have got rid of this guy 2 or 3 years ago if I didn't have any obligations to keep him, but I'm almost kind of glad we have. 20 years of age, 67 overall, 24 goals here. Dynamic play potential is about to kick this dude into the stratosphere. And Christian Fletcher, turning him to a winger was the smartest move ever. Our front three is actually ridiculous. How the players that were loaned out go. Oh, Zach De Jesus got no growth. Garrett got no growth. Finney got no growth. Oh my God. Win went up +1. Yeah, Jeremy got no growth. Well, to be fair, I wasn't expecting him to get much. Roy went up +2, but man, that's disappointing. All in all though, I'm over the moon with how this season panned out. I think we make the push for the championship next year. It's obvious when you look at it, but coming into our 5th season, it is so crystal clear that this starting 11 is way too good for League One. We need to do everything we can to continue improving the side and make it without a doubt that we get to the championship at the end of this year. We're going to start off with some free agent additions. Some of these players coming straight into the starting 11. Others, majority, I'm going to be sending out on loan, really trying to build out the depth while we can in these lower leagues. Fabio Martino, Xavier Ayala, Kylian Mercier, and the man that will be joining the starting 11, the English centre-back Ethan Lowe, all 4 of them signing free contracts. And that's going to allow us to continue clearing out the lower rated players in this squad. Charlie Finney, I didn't expect him to do too well, but he's really done poorly. He's off to Walsall permanently. And Wogan, our Irish goalkeeper, has been struggling in the growth department lately, so we're going to make an upgrade there as well. Gregor Swiderski, a French shot stopper, coming across here. His valuation absolutely tanks, but that's whatever. Hopefully he's going to keep a million clean sheets, get that value right up and get us up to the championship. Let the loans commence. Kylian Mercier off to Wickham for the next 2 years. And our Canadian centre-back Luke is off to Lecce for the year. I don't want Wogan rotting on the bench though. We're going to see if he can kickstart his career once again at Bristol City. And Fabio Martino, the Italian winger, off to Granada. And that's the final one over the line. Xavier Ayala off to Hamburg. For League One standards, 3rd Division standards, this team is absolutely ridiculous. If we don't get promoted to the championship here, I might just resign. This team is way too good as it is right now to be playing in the 3rd division. We have players that are almost at the 80 overall marker. So far, so good. Shouldn't really shock anybody. We're top of the league. I'm more upset that we have 3 losses next to our name. I thought an invincible season was on the cards. I'm happy with the direction we're heading. I'm just going to bring in a backup striker here for the January window. If anything happens to Sherpa, our next best striker is 57 rated Sonny, so Matthew Dennis is going to sign on here from MK Dons as a backup striker. The worst team in the world are now headed to the championship. We have absolutely thumped the league this season, and I'm not saying it, but maybe, just maybe, back-to-back promotions could be on the cards. An Ipswich Town type of season could be ahead of us. 106 points here, 6 losses all year, ourselves and Birmingham City right back up. The teams heading down to League 2 this year are going to be Bristol, Fleetwood, Lincoln, Port Vale. Man City win the FA Cup. Arsenal win the Carabao. Charlton Athletic win the BSM. I wanted to go on a run there. I mean, this is hopefully going to be our last opportunity to compete in the BSM trophy, and we only made it to the round of 16. Oxford United will be joining us in the championship, though Reading have absolutely bottled it. They were up there in the automatic spot with us in January. Chris Sherpa continuing to be so underrated. +5 this year, 23 goals rather, with the captain's armband on. How is he going to handle the next step up though to the championship? Our Egyptian winger Majed, 79 rated now. This team is Fletcher's 82. Oh my God. Yeah, we're going to surely be in contention for the promotion next year. Also, Mercier only going up +1 at Wickham, but he did get 8 goals and 3 assists and a lot of game time, which is good. How did the rest of our young loaned out players go? Martino up to a 72. Xavier Ayala up to a 69. Naman Roy up to a 64. Andrew Wogan got 0 growth at Bristol City. That is not ideal. Ryan Wynn up to a 63. Oh my, Luke gets up to a 74. Garrett stays at a 6. Oh, but Ethan Lowe's a 76. How have both these guys had insane growth seasons. We are going to be saying goodbye to one player though. I tried to sell this guy. He wanted a loan move, but he's already agreed a deal at another club for next year. So Aaron is departing on a free. It's been an absolute slog to get to this point, but we enter life in the championship feeling very optimistic. He was the super sub of dreams for a minute there, but it's time to say goodbye to Armon Lepcha, who's heading to the Romanian league. I'm doing a bit of a change around with the goalkeeper position this year, a bit of a clean out. Luca Ashby Hammond is going to be joining us as a backup goalkeeper off the free agents list. The Indian centre back Singh is off to the Chinese league, and our former starting goalkeeper Andrew Wogan, it's time to say goodbye, brother. The Irishman off to the Portuguese league. I feel like all I'm doing this year is just selling goalkeepers. The biggest move of the season, though, is in the centre midfield role. I want to make an upgrade here at the centre midfield position. Macaulay Tate, he's been solid, but he's starting to lag behind the rest of the lads. We're cashing in on the Scotsman, $4.5 million to send him to Belgium. And we get our man on the very next day. It's a cut price deal here. He only had 11 months remaining on his deal at Man United. He's going to make the step down to the championship in search of more game time. It is Daniel Gore joining us from the Red Devils. Aman Sani is out of the club, and we get the loans going again for the season. Xavier Ayala, another year back in Spain for him. Luke, I'm impressed with his growth from last year. If he can keep that up, he might be back into the starting 11. And I'm really hopeful about the future with Fabio Martino. Montpellier will be a good place for him to really define his craft. Not too many players remain from our original starting 11 though. The latest to leave is going to be Joseph Sonny. Big season needed here from Tommy Garrett on loan at New York City FC. Our former left back Jeremy is off to Al Riyadh. And another bit of business involving a goalkeeper, Ryan Wynn, another loan for him. I've talked a big game about this side being in the hunt for promotion to the Premier League again. We're going to have to see if we're up to scratch and living up to expectations come January 1st. Just quietly as well, Fletcher, 83 rated. Are you taking the piss? We're in the playoff picture. I think honestly, Crystal Palace and Southampton might have this wrapped up for automatic promotion, but we're in an intense battle, only 3 points clear of Sunderland. The playoffs looks the most likely route. The biggest thing though, with all the players we have loaned out, our bench is incredibly weak. And similarly to what we did with signing Dennis last year, I want to get players in that I don't feel an urge to necessarily loan out. Or we could just say, screw this whole project and move to Crystal Palace. Unfortunately though, for Palace though, I'm committed. Signing some defensive reinforcements. I'm stealing the Newcastle Jets duo of Mark Natter and Philip Kankar. Ironically, also 2 former Wanderers players, who's my favorite Australian team. We're also bringing in the former career mode wonder kid, Josh Martin, to play backup. And I'm still trying to get Indian prospects into the club where it makes sense. We're going to sign Kipjan here from Punjab FC, £1 million for the attacking mid. We've had an incredible season, but we have finished 4th here in the championship, meaning we're battling it out with Burnley, Middlesbrough, and Bristol City for the final Premier League spot. We've kind of suffered because Crystal Palace and Southampton have just had insane seasons. But I want to watch and see how these playoffs unfold. First leg against Middlesbrough at the Riverside Stadium. Fletcher is 86 rated. We need him to carry us here in the first leg. We get the 1 goal advantage. Ilinic, our right back of all players, gives us the lead as we head home. A win or a draw here at the GMC Athletic Stadium will book us a trip to Wembley Stadium. Can we get there? Can we hang on? Against Middlesbrough in the semi-finals, we hang on, we do it in style. 3-1, Sherpa, Ilinic, the right back again, and Majid, our right winger. All 3 of these guys booking us a trip to Wembley, where we will be battling it out with 3rd place Burnley for that final Premier League spot. A win here will send us to the promised land, the Premier League. Can we do it at Wembley Stadium for back-to-back promotions with Hyderabad? We win it on penalties! Come on, lads! We win it on penalties! We're heading to the Premier League. Fair play to Burnley. They play the whole game essentially with 10 men after Sirkin gets a red card in the 13th minute. What an insane game. We're heading to the Premier League with Hyderabad SC. We were hopeful that this would be our destiny, but for it to actually happen is incredible. So we're heading up with Crystal Palace and Southampton. The sides heading down are going to be Cardiff, Birmingham, and Oxford. A North London derby in the FA Cup where Arsenal turn out winners and Liverpool win the Carabao. God, that is still just beautiful to look at. Chris Sherpa, you beautiful man. 38 goals, 35 of which were in the championship. I mean, he came equal first for the Golden Boot. That is, oh my God, this dude was a blessing in disguise. In terms of growth, Win gets up to a 65. How does Luke go up +4, +5 last year and then no growth this year? That's frustrating. No growth either for Tommy Garrett. But Ethan Lowe gets up to an 80. That's beautiful to see. Up to a 68 here for Kylian Mercier in his second year. Fabio Martino is 75 rated. At 20 years of age, we might have another superstar on our hands. He's kind of, like, it sucks for him because Christian Fletcher is, at this point, the best American player. Ayala up to a 71. A mixed bag with the growth. We are going to be saying goodbye though to Pa, whose contract we will be letting expire. It has been such a slog getting up the divisions, so to go one and done in the championship and now find ourselves in the Premier League is truly incredible. Here we go. The relegation dogfight begins in the Premier League. We have a good base to enter the Premier League, which means we just have to tweak a few positions, I feel like. We're going to tweak the defensive role. Rav Vandenberg is going to be joining us from Wolfsburg, the Dutch centre-half, 24 years of age, 80 overall. That's a nice little upgrade there. £27.5 million. That Premier League promotion money coming in clutch. Still trying to get rid of some of the lower rated players though, trying to boost the overall of the squad up. Joseph Salo out of here. But a massive bit of news here as we enter life in the Premier League. Ryan Finnegan is gone. I couldn't say no to this money. We can help invest this money and continue to bolster the starting 11. Ryan Finnegan off for an Italian adventure. It's also time for us to say goodbye to Vijay Mirandi. Fabio Martino, I'm excited to see how far this guy can go. 75 rated when he leaves. Can he get towards the 80 marker and challenge Fletcher maybe down the line? I was so hopeful that Luke could have come back last year and was going to be an absolute stud. Instead, he only grew like 1 overall during the off season, so we're going to say goodbye to him. Luke is off to Southampton. Another opportunity though, Kylian Mercier off on another 2-year loan spell. I've been itching to use Nico Paz in a rebuild for a hot minute now. That is exactly what we're going to do here. We're going to sign the in real life Real Madrid man from Saint Etienne in this rebuild. 82 overall, 24 years of age for a club record £40 million. Now that we're in the Premier League though, I don't necessarily know what to expect with players like Fletcher in there and the majority of the side being in the low 80s or close to the 80s. I'm hopeful that we can survive relegation, but you just never know with the Premier League. First things first though, I've got to get this team's morale up. We're not safe by any stretch of the imagination. The draws, I will say, are absolutely killing us right now. We sit 6 points clear of Leeds United in that relegation battle. Brentford, Palace, Leeds, Brighton, Southampton all below us. There is a lot of room for us to jump up the table though. A single win could have us in a Europa League spot, or at least a Conference League spot. I don't know what to expect. There isn't a crazy amount for us to do given we only have £24 in our entire transfer budget left, but we are going to loan a man out. Xavier Alaya wanted a quick loan, so we're going to send him out for 6 months. But for the most part, I'm just trusting in what we've already built. We end up dropping down the table 1 place above the relegation zone, but fortunately there were 6 points between it, which in a relegation battle we hit the 40-point marker. This was really a high scoring points wise Premier League season. They say the 40-point marker is going to guarantee you safety most years, but most years there's plenty of teams that don't get that and survive relegation. This year we get 44, Crystal Palace get 38 and they get relegated. It's a grind, man. Surviving in the Premier League is a tough grind, but we're looking to get up towards the top. A 3-way tie on points for the Premier League title, which sees Arsenal win on goal difference. That is insane. Tottenham end up beating Coventry to win the FA Cup. Chelsea win the Carabao. And for the first time, we're going to start looking at the Champions League results. Juventus win the Champions League. Celtic win the Europa. And Bruges beat Roma to win the Conference League. There were big questions as to whether Sherpa could get it done in the Premier League, but a 20-goal season in a relegation battle, that is really impressive. Imagine what he could do if we were one of the top teams. Fletcher up to an 88, man. We need to hang on to his ass if we're going to survive. We are going to be losing 2 of our Indian players. I tried to re-sign both of them. They didn't want it. They signed pre-contracts elsewhere. Apuia and Saji both walking. I don't want to be in the relegation battle again this year. I want us climbing up the table. I'm making some big changes to the fundamentals of this squad. The most notable, a formation change. We're moving to a 3 at the back formation, 2 strikers up top. I'm signing the Dutch striker Jason Van Duiven here from Atalanta, £50 million. A monster signing. And the 3 at the back formation means I'm putting all of our left backs and our right backs up for sale. The New Zealander Lucas Kelly-Hill heading to Wolverhampton on a £19 million transfer. And our Slovenian right back is off out of the club. It is sad to see him, but Ilinic is now a Chelsea man. He's had some big moments, but we had to cash in on him. 34.5 mil. That's a decent price for mine. This dude is getting a lot of experience under his belt. Another year, another loan move, this time to Germany for Fabio Martino, off to Hamburg on loan. Our backline starting to look rock solid though. Hugo Charles, a French regen, joining us from Celta Vigo, gets his big money Premier League move, £41 million, 83 rated. Look how strong this dude is though. 93 strength, these tackling stats are insane, but he's got 88 sprint speed as well. This dude's an all-round threat. Victor Froholt, the Danish center midfielder, making the move here from Schalke in the Bundesliga. 75 rated, 24 years of age. He's a decent prospect, but most importantly, a bit of cover in the midfield. I do not want to be anywhere near the drop zone though. With this sort of team, there is no reason why we should be either. Our lowest rated player is our goalkeeper Swiderski in the starting 11. Everybody's nearing the mid 80s if they're already not there. We've got one of the world's best players in Fletcher, and I can't imagine him wanting to hang around too much longer if we're consistently in a relegation battle. This team should be pushing for some sort of European football. Just what we want it to be in the logjam for European football. We sit 8th right now on 28 points. A loss could take us down to like 14th or 15th position. A win could get us into a Champions League spot. There is a lot on the line for the second half of the season. And unlike last year, I want us trending up, not down. We missed, I mean, we weren't in the relegation battle, but we just miss out by a bee's dick on European football. 9th place here with Hyderabad in the Premier League. We were 6 points away from 5th place Chelsea. Wolves make it to the Champions League. Arsenal win the Premier League. We did finish above some big teams though, finishing above Tottenham. Relegation zone, Leeds, Sheffield, and Burnley go down. Oh, I take it back. We have won the FA Cup. 2-1 over Bournemouth. We win our first FA Cup as Hyderabad manager. And that means we are going to be playing European football next year. Thank the Lord. Who do we beat? We beat Hyderabad, we beat Newcastle, we beat West Ham. Nobody huge, but some respectable wins along the way. Fulham win the Carabao Cup. What a bad year for Bournemouth. Juventus win the Champions League. Union Berlin win the Europa League. And Sporting win the Conference League. I'm so curious to see how we go in Europe. The 2-striker formation looks like it's working decently. 20 goals for Sherpa, 14 for Jason Van Duyven, up to an 86 though. Sherpa up to an 83, which is awesome. Fletcher, 89 rated at age 25. My God. With Medina not necessarily putting in the stats or having the overall of a superstar, I think it's time for us to get a big upgrade there. The Hungarian attacking midfielder, Christian Listes, is joining us from the Belgian league. He joins us from from the Dutch league, from Kortrijk. I'm excited. £43.5 million, 84 rated 26-year-old. I'm expecting big things from you, Christian. And with Cruz Medina falling to the status of backup attacking midfielder, it felt right to accept this offer. £38 million to send Cruz Medina, our former Mexican attacking midfielder, to Florence. And we're also saying goodbye to our former goalkeeper, Swiderski. I think it's time we go for a superstar goalkeeper as well. Really take this Hyderabad side to the next level. We're going to get £19.9 million to send him to Old Trafford. Come on now, fellas. New goalkeeper. It's a regen. It's a Spaniard. We're weakening Chelsea, improving ourselves. Say hello to Sebastian Santos, 6'3", Spanish goalkeeper, 22 years of age, and already 84 overall. This dude looks like the goalkeeper of the future and the goalkeeper of the here and now. I'm excited to have this guy in between the sticks. And with Burnley competing in the championship now, we were able to get Liam Delap in their relegation fire sale for a very cheap price. A new backup striker here, Liam Delap, 82 rated. I'm really trying to build out the reserves piece by piece each season. £22.9 million. That's just under 6 mil off his market value. This season is ginormous for us. Season 9, where our squad is incredible. We should be competing for a Premier League title. I mean, Fletcher. I cannot believe how far this dude has come. From DC United, player in the 50 overalls, to now 90 overall. He is a shining light of dynamic player potential. but we're looking to get ourselves a Premier League title, at least get into Champions League football. We've added some key new additions to the side, and most excitingly, we have our first chance at European silverware. Our Europa League group, it's a manageable one. Feyenoord stand out as the biggest threat here in Group H, but I think this is a group that we should absolutely be pounding into the core of the earth. Let's go see how we go. We can work with this. There's still work to do, but we're sitting 7th here in the Premier League on the 1st of January. Brighton are top of the lot. They've gotten relegated and then come back up and ahead of us in the Premier League, which is just wild to see. But we didn't walk the group like I expected to. Feyenoord top it. PAOK almost had our asses, but we're in the preliminary round. We're versus Benfica. The chances of a Europa League run are still alive. So I need to stop things right here, lads, because something insane has happened. There's one game to go in the Premier League season. We're top of the table. It is a 3-horse race between us, Brighton, and Arsenal. We've gone from 7th to potentially winning a Premier League title here. We're versing 16th placed Leicester City on the final day of the season. If we win, unless Brighton have an insanely large win, we're going to win the Premier League. Here we go, fellas. We're playing Champions League football regardless, but can we win a Premier League title? With Hyderabad, yes we can! Now we just need to pray that Brighton, we missed a pen in the first minute. Now we just need to pray that Brighton didn't have like an 8-0 win. Brighton had a 3-1 win. That is actually insane. I did not expect that this year. And I mean, we had 4 players in the team of the season as well. Santos, Lowe, Paz, and Sherpa, with Nico Paz being the assist leader. That is brilliant. Season number 9 will be one we never forget. Premier League champions with Hyderabad FC. Season number 10, we're coming for the Champions League title. Relegation zone, Liverpool, Man United had a stinker down in 14th, but Leicester losing to us got them relegated. Luton Town and Aston Villa going down with them. We got our second trophy of the season as well, the Community Shield at the start of the year. Can we win one of the domestic cups or the Europa League and complete a treble? Man City win the FA Cup. We weren't even close to defending our crown there. Liverpool win the Carabao Cup. We lost to Arsenal in the quarters there. Oh my God. Wolves won the Champions League. Wolves won the fair play. They came 4th last year and they win the Champions League. But do we win the Europa League? Prelims, nup. We lost to Benfica. Right. All right. That doesn't give me too much confidence into next year, but Juventus end up going ahead and winning the Europa, with Hoffenheim winning the Conference League. Who would have ever thought there'd be a season where we won the Premier League and Wolves won the Champions League? Sherpa and Van Duijven really getting into their work here in the second year. 87 rated Chris Sherpa at just 25 years of age. That is awesome. Fletcher up to a 90. Man, I'm excited for next year. Bring on what is bound to be an insane 10th season with Hyderabad. We've broken our club record transfer. This is an insane signing. I'm led to believe this is Luka Modric 2.0. Ivica Jovanovic, Croatian center midfielder, 24 years of age, £100 million paid to AFC Bournemouth to bring him up from the Cherries to Hyderabad. He's going to slot straight into the midfield and I think make us bona fide Champions League contenders. It's not going to be just player signings though. We're going to have a player departure here. Mark Natter wanted out of the club. We're going to cash in, get the extra £2 million as he goes to the Canaries. 2 more players in our reserves that I'm cashing in on. It's not crazy money, but Matthew Dennis is going to St. Louis City FC, and Luca Ashby-Hammond heads to Preston. I'm always a fan of getting an older, higher-rated goalkeeper on the cheap later in a rebuild when I think we're in Champions League contention, and that's exactly what we're doing here. You guys know the face. It's Andre Onana joining us for just £1 million from Man United. He's 36 years of age, but still 84 overall. It's a no-brainer. The bank account is officially empty. We have bought ourselves a general in this backline. We needed somebody huge if we were going to make an improvement in the backline. Antonio Silva making the move across from Serie A. He joins us from Lazio, £67 million, goes up to 73 through valuation, which I'm really happy about. That is massive, lads. 88 rated. Antonio Silva. Welcome to the best club in England and India. Now, this is a football team. This is a football team. Oh my God. I cannot wait for this year. Jovanovic and Silva coming in, 2 88 rated players. Our bench is so damn strong. Our reserves are getting there. But the starting 11, There is no denying this is one of the best teams in the world. We are in the Champions League, and I don't know what to think about this one. Monaco and Celta Vigo, historically in FC 24, have the ability to have absolute wonder kids on their team, so the fact they're even in this position, I'm going to be hesitant, but regardless, I think we can win the Champions League this year, so they shouldn't be a problem for us. We don't top it, that's what I mean. Monaco have beaten us in the group stages, but regardless, get 12 points in the Champions League group stages, I will take that. We're into the round of 16. I'm hoping we're not stitched up and we get a big club. We get Sevilla. We can deal with that. Monaco get Rangers, so I feel like our group kind of got blessed in the comparison where you could have got a PSG or a Barcelona. No Man City though, which is always a good sign. This is not a great sign though. We're currently sitting 7th in the Premier League. Our title defense not going great, but after last year, I'm not too worried at the moment, although we are 13 points behind Liverpool, so we need to maybe turn it up a little bit. All right, here we go, fellas. Our first experience with Champions League knockout round football. It's snowing here in India. I don't really know enough about Indian geography, but does it snow in India? I imagine it probably does towards the north, but regardless, we've got Sevilla. We need the fellas to absolutely dominate here. First leg at home, and we get the win. Van Duijven gets us the goal, but I kind of wish we had more. I mean, we dominated respectively in possession and shots. Only the one goal. Is that going to come back to bite us? What if you got Sevilla? We're away against them. I want Sherpa to bag a goal here. But most importantly, I want to get through to the final for the final 8, the quarterfinals, which we do. Listes with a yellow card, Sherpa gets a goal, Delap off the bench gets a goal, and we take care of Sevilla for our first Champions League knockout rounds progression. But we're going to be heading back to Spain here. It's a matchup with the Yellow Submarine, Villarreal. In the round of 16, they took down, where are they? They took down Wolfsburg. Once again, at home for the first leg here. It's not snowing this time. Let's see if that can help us find the back of the net a little bit more. Just keep a clean sheet though. Get something to take back. We don't keep a clean sheet, but it's 5 minutes of mayhem there from our Iraqi winger Majed, who gives us a 2-1 lead to take to Villarreal. So far, everything's going smooth. Everything's going smooth. The waters are calm. I'm cool with that right now. Let's hang on. We've been in this position a couple weeks ago. Can we get ourselves through? We do. Any yellow cards? None. Perfect. Fletcher gets a brace. We're through to the final 4. I'm feeling good, but I'm nervous on who we have next. And the answer to that is Juventus. Juventus in the Champions League semi-finals. Our group mates, AS Monaco, making it to the semi-finals as well. Fixture congestion definitely taking its toll as we get into this first leg. How are we going to go? We're on the road as well for the first leg. I kind of like to keep things all the same, so I don't want any bad omens, you know. No bad omens right now, though. Van Duijven gives us a lead to take back to India. There's still so much work to do, but we're keeping it steady at the moment. I know they say smooth seas don't make good sailors, but right now I'm not interested in becoming the world's best sailor. I just want to get myself through to a Champions League final, which we do. Sherpa gets the winning goal. No injuries, no suspensions. That is a textbook route to a Champions League final. And now our opponent is either going to be Monaco or Barcelona here in season number 10. It's going to be Monaco. Oh my God. I'm actually so curious to see what their side is looking like. AS Monaco, who have you got? Okay, they got some decent players here. 84, Nicholas Ferrari. That is a cool name. They've got a decently balanced side here, but besides Ferrari, they haven't had anybody higher rated than 83 now until Vanderson. Benjamin Sesko's the man we got to watch out for. But I think we have got the massive advantage coming into this one. Taking a look around the grounds, Man City end up winning the Europa League. I'm always happy when they're not in the Champions League. Osasuna win the Conference League. We pull it together in the second half of the season. We don't go back to back as Premier League champions, but we at least are in the Champions League next year. Those draws have killed us though. Relegation zone is going to see Southampton, Bournemouth, and Burnley with just one. Burnley had 18 draws, 1 win. That is hilarious. We win our second Community Shield with Hyderabad. West Ham win the FA Cup. We lost to them in the semi-finals, but we have added a Carabao Cup to our trophy cabinet. This team is beyond berserk. Christian Fletcher, a first ballot rebuild Hall of Famer. Chris Sherpa, not far behind him, our captain. And what a season here, Jason Van Duijven. Our team, we should be winning this Champions League final 5-0. Not a single player from that Monaco side that I just looked at would make it into our starting 11. I want to put our foot down and have an insane performance here. The Champions League final, it's Hyderabad, the world's worst team. Can we make them European champions? Majid dropping back here. 3 at the back formation will leave us susceptible to counterattacks and attacks in general at times. We just need to contain them. That is not a good way of containing them. Santos with a top bin save. Get it away. Get it away. I'm hitting A. They get it and they put it wide. I thought we were just letting that one stroll into the top corner. Oh, big tackle, Nico Paz. Big tackle. Okay, focus, Jared. Just use the pace. Just use the pace. Salisu can't contain him. Oh, it's a poor finish, but we get the scraps. It's Sherpa, the captain, who collects the scraps. That's a real poacher's finish. We've got the lead here in the Champions League. Great hustle play, Nico Paz. All right, now I know that we can absolutely pressure Monaco into giving away possession. I'm going to be abusing that. Corner for Monaco. They've come straight back out again. Good header away, but it comes straight to Angelo. Good block. It falls to Nico. Peters. Shot again and blocked again. Go on, Majid. Ah, Nico's faster than him. We're going to hold it up there. Beautifully done. Back heel. Tap that on. Good stuff, Majid. Nico Paz. Holding it up. He goes to Listes. He has a good turn of pace. Ah, it's a good save. We need to do a better job of controlling the tempo in this second half. In the first half, Monaco honestly had more possession than us. What are we doing here? Defend. No, they've just fed it through. That is a shocking finish, but also great save, Santos. We are on the ropes right now. Bro, I am so bad. I'm giving them so much space. Roy. Oh my God, I've lunged in there. Angelo. Goes back and they get an equalizer and I can't say they don't deserve it. Oh my God, I spoke about wanting to control the tempo more in this second half and we haven't even looked like it. Oh my God, yeah, that's a huge interception, man. They look more likely, but we need to, right, focus. We're on the counterattack. Please be on side, Sherpa. Sherpa, that's a great touch. Sherpa, just bang it. Sherpa, come on! On the counter-attack. The interception was crazy at the other end. We go up the other end. Listes starts it. Sherpa bangs it in the box. Top corner. Come on. In a game that I thought we could have won 5 or 6-0 walking into it, I feel very grateful to have the lead right now. They go for the long shot. My God. My heart just sank. Get it away. Good. No. Do not let Ferrari shoot and score. No. No. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? How have they scored that one? No, we've bottled that. We have absolutely bottled that in the 93rd minute. Oh my God. Oh, no composure defensively from me there, man. What am I doing? I'm going to press X here and we're going to go straight. That should be us winning the Champions League, but instead now we're off to extra time. Put it out wide to Fletcher. He's been so quiet. Come on. Look. Oh, he's offside. We had the opening as well. Great ball there from Sherpa to Majid. He's going to put that one in there. Back post! Fletcher! Oh my God! That was within an inch of its life. The man who was just offside. Oh my God, man. Look at the numbers we had forward. That was a great ball. What's the defender and the keeper doing though? Straight across the tightest of margins. I'm going to get some fresh legs on here as well. Vandenberg and Gore are about to come in off the bench here. We need to keep our composure. Feed it. Beautiful ball. Van Duyven, he's got a tough angle. I might just try force in a corner. Oh my God. Just over. Oh, low. What a tackle! What a tackle, Nico Paz! Oh my God, they've just gone for the hero ball there. Just clear it. Put it out wide. Come on, just running for the corner. That's a great first touch from Fletcher. He might even be able to finish it in style. Fletcher, he's too quick. Oh, but he's got a terrible finish. Oh my God. Regardless though, we've done it. We have done it, ladies and gentlemen. We have rebuilt the world's worst team. That is an insane journey. So many heroes have come along the way. And it is the man that we were forced to keep along this whole video, Sherpa. He scored a brace in this final. He's going to be the man to lift the Champions League trophy with Hyderabad FC. Lads, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you click here to subscribe and click here to watch another video.